Chocolate Thunder Productions.
Hey everybody, welcome to a special edition of Brett's Man Cave Garage. Special edition where we call it Fix It Yourself. For you guys like to save a little cash and not go to the automobile shop all the time, you guys can save a little money by fixing it yourself. This is the DIY steps to fixing a Yamaha Stryker 2012 edition series. Now, before we start working on this bike, you guys need to have a few things to have to work on the bike itself. First, I always recommend you have a Phillips screwdriver and, of course, the keys to your bike. Now, first and foremost, before I recommend you guys go ahead and get a new battery for your motorcycle because you think it's dead, look at all the qualifications and make sure it is dead to begin with. For example, my battery has died on me before because the keys in the ignition, and I left it on overnight, or it just died on me for whatever God knows reasons. So I actually did an investment and I got a Stanley FatMax 8 amp charger to recharge the battery in this. Now, usual battery life on a motorcycle charger usually goes for 1, if not 2 years, depending on the driver and how much you drive it. But like I said, I left the keys in the ignition, it died on me. I never really charged a motorcycle charger before in my life. So I ended up getting a Stanley FatMax charger. You can see the bottom of the links I have for you guys. You guys can find them on eBay. They run between $40 to $60. It's a great investment. Even if your battery hasn't died yet, you'd rather get stuck with this Stanley Max and not have it at all when your motorcycle engine or battery finally dies on you. It's a great investment to have. It charges itself. You can put it on 12, you can put it on 8, and obviously it'll charge for you. And once it's done charging, it'll automatically stop and shut itself off. And you know you have a fully charged battery without worrying about overcharging it like that as well. And that, honestly, that's made this battery that I've had last about 5 years now. And I drive from Antelope Valley to the valley almost every other day with this. So that just lets you know how powerful a good recharge does. Like I said, the battery goes for about 1 to 2 year lifespan. I pushed it to about 5. Eventually, I was taking it out a couple weeks ago, and the reason I know for sure it needs a new battery is because you could hear it kind of trying to turn itself over and it wasn't having any power. And when I tried turning it on, all the gauges and switches turned automatically off. They just shut off. And then I went to go charge it for the night. The next day I got up. I thought it was going to be charged. It was not charged. None of the gears and the switch lights turned on. It still sounded like it was trying to turn over. So that's when I knew my battery was officially dead. And that's when I know I needed a new battery. So therefore, this when you know, after this doesn't work, then I'd recommend getting a new battery. That way you can save some money and save a battery lifespan for just a little bit more longer than you can. All right, so like I said, we got the keys. We got the recharger. In case it doesn't work off, we at least got a Phillips screwdriver. As for today's sake of argument, I do have a brand new battery as well to install there. So now we have all our kits and all our tools, and we can actually dig in to the bike itself. Let's get this bad boy fixed. So like I said, the first thing you're going to need is the key to the Stryker. As we're not going to turn it on, the battery is located under the seat panel of the bike. The only way to get to that is by getting under this panel on the left-hand side of the driver to go under that panel itself. As you see here, we have the panel of the bike. Put the key in the panel, turn it counterclockwise, half a quarter turn, and the top will kind of pop right off. Just wiggle it, it'll pop right off. So now, as we look inside, we're going to see this little strap right here. The strap holds onto this little box cover right here. This box cover holds the battery as well as papers if you want to hold on to. Like me, I put my registration in here, my insurance in here, so it's right under the seat at all times if I don't have it with me or in my pocket. You can unstrap these. There's a little hook underneath them. Just take them off and you get this little battery pack off. And there you go. First step is we do see the battery. So now the next step is we do see that we have a red part, which is our positive connection, and our black part, which is our negative connection. You will see as we take this red part off right here, the little rubber part that protects itself in the positive area, there are two cables. One cable goes up here and another cable goes down here. These are two different attachments. One, I would assume, goes to all the electronics of the lights, as well as one goes to the engine itself to give power to both of those corresponding sections. Really doesn't matter which one you take off. I know usually people say take off the positive so there's no charge, or take off the negative so there's no charge to it. It really doesn't matter. I've done them both ways, have not got shocked either way. So again, we're going to start with unscrewing the first part. Now, you'll also see as this kind of comes up and loosens up a little bit, there is a little metal piece in here. It looks like a little brick as we unscrew, so I'll show you right now. So I think that's done. All right, cool. So we have the negative part here with the screw. You may want to take the screws out because they will fall. And the last thing you want to do is look for those bad boys. So again, here's one cable part that goes to, I would assume, the engine. And another part that would I assume goes to the speedometer. Now we're going to go for the positive side. Unscrew that bad boy up. Now keep your finger under here. Now what happens is you may see this little metal piece that came up under the negative cords right over here. There's a little brick in here that actually holds the screwing mechanism for said screw itself. So it holds it in there almost like a washer, also slash holder in place, because these don't actually have screws on these cables. As you see here, there's no screw here and there's no screw here. That little metal piece is the screws. So as we take this red positive one off, I couldn't get the negative one out because it's on a slant and it's really hard to get out, and I got fat fingers, so that's kind of the negative part about that. So we're going to unscrew this bad boy. Again, hold the screw to the side so we don't lose it. So again, two adapters for two cables that go to two different places. We're going to push this out. Let's see, I'm just going to use the other side. There we go. Hi there. It's like giving birth. So you see it? It's a little screw. Yeah, so it's a little screw part here. So again, this is what's going to hold the bolts in place when you put the battery back in. So make sure you don't lose them. Now, when you do get new batteries, I did happen to get additional set for mine. But I keep them just in case one falls down the crack and I can't get to it and it's lost forever in Narnia. So again, up to you if you want to keep them or not. I keep them just in case. Why not? They're free. And now that all the pieces are gone, we're just going to take this little bad boy out. You know, it's kind of got a snug little tight fit, so we're just going to have to jiggle it out a little bit, and we're going to pull it right out of its socket. There we go. So now that the old battery is out, you take the new battery, which will come in, and you'll see it'll have a positive side and a negative side. We want to make sure that red lines up with that red cable on the inside of the bike. So make sure you take your rubber parts off, like so. And your black part off, which is your negative, like so. And it's also indicated by the positive and the negative marks right here on the battery itself, which should be facing toward the front of the bike. So now we're going to take the new battery, make sure the positive side is here on this red side right here, negative to that side, and we're going to slide it in just like so. Perfect fit. So now the battery's back in. I put the little brick talus right down here. Okay, we have the circle part. We're gonna put the screw through just like so. Take the big square little piece, put it on top like so. Make a little sandwich like so. Put it through the hole. That's what she said. Hey, it's Brett's Man Cave. We had to throw a dirty joke in there somewhere. Get your, so now that's both back in the hole. Get your Phillips screwdriver. Now what's really cool about this, because the little brick parts are in there, you don't have to try to angle it or try to find it. You just have to push it down as much as you can and start twisting. Eventually, it'll find itself and then start adjusting itself to screw into place. And just like that, don't over tighten it. Ta-da, it's stuck in place. Now, time for the positive side. This actually goes to the bottom part. Now this is tricky because it actually can slide out really badly. Still hear fireworks going off. We get our screw like so. Now the positive side is a little tricky. It took me a while to refigure it out again, but you want to make sure you do the same thing. Make it come around this side. Because what you're going to end up doing is squeezing it right to this little cut slit right there. I don't know why they designed it like that, but they did. Put the screwdriver down real quick. Put that in a little sandwich. Just like that. Because if you put it and screw it in the wrong spot, this rubber part just won't go on right, and it sucks ass. So yeah. So again, you just gotta line it up because it's like a little square. Just like that. If it ever wants to go inside, there we go. And just start twisting. Like I said, it's gonna find that screw really quick because not a lot of wiggle room in there. It's actually got a little breaker so it knows when to stop it. And just like that. Cool. We're all set. Now I'm gonna put this little cut slit part right over that, and voila, we got connection. Ta-da! Now all you gotta do is put back on your little cover for this, as well as your little holder for all your paperwork for your bike. And as we see, the long part is gonna go over this big strippy part right here. And then it'll slide right into position. Okay. And get this side of the hook and you just hook it back in. This is never a fat person thing because our fingers just don't fit in the little spots. You can always do it the other way where you put these on and slide this part through. Regardless, it's never gonna be fun. Hey, let's do some editing and fast forward this. Ta-da, all there. So just put your paperwork under here, stays right in the spot. I love it. Now I know some people at home, and my extra father that I call him, he's a father that I had, always tells me to check the cables, make sure they have a positive outlook, or make sure the bike starts. I am hoping it goes through good in the first shot. It's gonna suck to take all this back off if it doesn't work, but you know what, I'm excited. I feel confident in what I do, and you should feel too. Especially by getting the bike started. I want to save it for the grand finale when this bike is going to start. So that's why I'm waiting to the very end, because I know I did a good job, and I know you did a good job. If you're a mechanic watching my stories because you don't know how to fix a Yamaha Stryker, I hope you did a good job, because the last thing you want is a failed, unsuccessful bike. We're going to put the hood back on. There, still shooting fireworks off. Love it. See, that's a sign of victory for us. Freedom is a way, and this is gonna work. You always want, if the thing doesn't go on right after you hook the back part on first, you can twist the key again in the little slot hole. It'll go straight down, cover it in, just shake a little bit to make sure it's sturdy, and it is. Take the key out. We're gonna put in the ignition, and we're gonna see what this bad boy does. So let's put the key in the ignition and hope for the best. Here we go. Oh, that's a good sign. We got some lights here. Let's put it on. And that's what I'm talking about. Hell yes. We got that shit working the very first time. I'm proud of myself. Hope you got it to start. Proud of you if you did. If you don't, try again, or you didn't listen. But my name is Brett. This is my Man Cave Garage Special Edition. That's Freedom Fireworks going off because we got this baby to start with a brand new battery. I'm happy as hell. Again, if you love what I did today, please on the bottom go ahead and hit subscribe. Please stay tuned to future Man Cave Edition episodes. And I am Brett, your host, and thank you for fixing it with me today. And I appreciate all the support. Love you all. Have a good day. Let's get this bike going. Woo! Thanks for tuning in, guys, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Remember, the party doesn't stop here. You guys can also follow me on my podcast on Spotify and iTunes, Brett's Man Cave.